So it's just about Christmas and we're about to have our big Christmas feast, our big Christmas dinners. And one of the things that a lot of people love having with their Christmas dinner is some kind of potato side. Now you've got a couple of options. You could choose to have potatoes, take on those carbs and maybe let it kick you out of ketosis. Or you can do what we're doing today and still end up with a creamy, cheesy, potato-ish gratin type dish, but with a lot less carbs. Let's go. Welcome to Pop Keto, where we aim to help you live a sustainable keto and low carb lifestyle. If you're new to the channel, a big hello, a big welcome to you. Feel free to have a look. We've got a heap of different recipes and chats on keto related issues. And if you like what we're doing, click subscribe and that way YouTube will let you know when we put new videos out. And if you do subscribe, we'd love to say hi to you. And the best way for us to do that is for you to put something in the comments, just saying I subscribed, and we'll come back and respond. Can't wait to hear from you. All right, let's get into today's cook. We are cooking a beautiful, creamy, cheesy, well, it's not a potato gratin, is it? We are replacing the potato with an ingredient which is much less carby, but gives a very, very similar taste and texture to the dish. And enough teasing, it's turnip. Yeah, I know. We'll start off by preheating the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, which is about 400 Fahrenheit. Now this has just got 6 ingredients and it just takes a little bit of time in the oven and it's really gonna hit the spot. So let's get into it. Today we are starting with 4 turnips, which we're just gonna take the top and bottom off and just chop that up nice and thinly. We're looking at slices maybe 3 to 5 millimeters thick. And so we are chopping up 4 of these turnips today. So that's what our 4 turnips looks like. Now let's talk about why we're using turnip and the carb difference. When it comes to potato, 100 grams of potato, you're looking at about 15 grams of net carbs. So when you want a good portion of this dish, if you're having potatoes, that's gonna really cut into your daily carb allowance. Turnips, on the other hand, only 4.2 net carbs per 100 grams. So that is a significant reduction compared to the potato. That's nearly 10 grams less carbs per 100 grams of potato or turnip. Now, just like anything you're eating, you want to keep an eye on how much. You can overeat on your carbs using anything really, but that big drop in carbs between the potato and turnips is really going to help you be able to enjoy something like this without going too heavy on the carbs. Next, 1 onion, and we're just going to chop that in half and then slice that finely as well. We're also going to use 100 grams of cheddar cheese that we just need grated. So with those little bits of prep out of the way, let's start on the sauce. Now this is a super easy, creamy, cheesy sauce. We're gonna start off with a little bit of butter. That's 10 grams of butter, which is about 1.5 tablespoons. Melt that down. And next we add 2 cups of cream, which is 500 mils. And into that, we are going to add about 2/3 of our cheese that we've already grated. Heat it up a little bit, and really all we're looking for here is to see the cheese is melted. So that only takes a few minutes and you already have this great cheesy creamy sauce. And with that bit of prep out of the way, we are ready to start building our gratin. We're putting it together in our oven safe dish here. We're gonna put a layer of turnip, a layer of onion, then another layer of turnip. It's gonna look great. All right, so we'll put down our first layer of turnip. We wanna make sure the whole base is covered. And we'll put about half of our turnip in the bottom. Next, we'll put our layer of onion, and we're putting the whole onion in at this point. You don't necessarily need to break the onion up. If it's broken up, that's fine. Putting it in slices will help you get a nice even coverage as well. And now we do our top layer of turnip. Now this is the one when you want to put a little bit of care in. This is really where your presentation is going to come from. I'm going to try and do this nice and neatly. Try to do it in some nice even rows. Once you're happy with that, we're then going to pour our cheesy sauce on, and we're just going to pour that all over the dish. Pour that all over, making sure it's covered. And that'll just run straight in and fill up all the little nooks and crevices. And we'll give that a little shake just to make sure it's gone all the way through. Not too vigorous because you don't want to ruin all the hard work that you've put into that top layer. Last thing we're going to do before we put it in the oven is we're going to crack some fresh black pepper over it. and you can do that to taste. Now we're going to put this covered in the oven, and I'm going to do that just by wrapping it in a couple of layers of kitchen foil. Just like that, and we're ready to go in the oven. So let's pop it in. Now that's going to be in the oven for a total of 90 minutes. In about an hour though, we're going to come back, we're going to take off the foil, and we're going to add that last bit of cheese that we held off in adding to the sauce. All right, so 60 minutes later, and here's our current situation. We've got a nice hot dish. The turnips are cooking through, the onions are cooking through. What we want to do here is take the cover off so we can get it browning so it looks amazing when it's done. Now when you do take this off, remember there's some steam that's going to come out, so be careful. And then just with the cheese that you held off from adding before, we're just going to sprinkle that across the top. Cool, so we're just going to pop it back in for another 30 minutes. Oh, look at that. That looks amazing. That looks so good. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to test that it is cooked, make sure it's nice and tender, and that certainly is. So that's brilliant. All right, let's have a taste. As I've served myself up, I realized I didn't put the garnish on it, so I've sprinkled a little bit of chives on there, and it just makes it pop. It looks so good. Let's have a taste. That is so good. All right, so first of all, nice and creamy, nice and buttery. We didn't add a lot of salt. There was already salt in the butter, but if you wanted to season it a little more, you could. I'm happy with it like this, especially if you're having it alongside something else. Turnips nice and tender, the onions cooked through. And I'll tell you what, you do not miss potato in this dish. Turnip is amazing. It doesn't change the taste very much at all. It's cheesy, it's warming, it is comfort food at its best, and it would go brilliant alongside a roast. Oh, and the onions are actually really nice, and they've almost got a butteriness to them as well. But that is brilliant. So thank you for watching. If you try this, make sure you pop something down in the comments to let us know how you went. What did you have it with? Maybe it was part of your Christmas, New Year's. Let us know. And if you've liked it, don't forget to hit the like button. Other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.